All right, I had to come on here today and talk about Lil Wayne's interview with 50 Cent. So, before I get started, though, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video if you appreciate the content. I'll continue making these videos about what's going on in the culture. And I want you guys to subscribe so you know when I release all my new videos. You can even hit that notification bell so you get notified. Get the videos right when they come out. So, all right. I was on vacation when I saw this 50 Cent Lil Wayne news, and, I didn't even click on the clip. I could tell the story without even reading the story. But anywho, I go back and I finally, after I'm back from vacation, look at the clip of 50 Cent on Lil Wayne's Young Money radio channel. I think they recorded it on the 3rd or the 4th. And, about 30, 45 second clip is just, 50 Cent doing what 50 Cent does. Whether you call it trolling or being a colorist. I'll link the video down in there, but basically it's like, black women get angry when you date exotic women. He goes on to say, like, these exotic women are different from the shit you see in the neighborhood every day, and that's why we like them all the time. Lil Wayne is laughing. He does a little, you stupid 50. How guys do when they know what you're saying is awful, but they don't really want to defend a point that they don't agree with. So they know what you're saying is fucked up, but they agree with it. So why would they defend it? Or why would they take that heat? So I think that's what Wayne was doing. And, it wasn't cute at all. Like 50 saying all this stuff about how there's nothing wrong with preference. I'm going to say if that's who you want to date, fine. But like, why go and bash black women at the same time and say that black women get mad and angry because you don't want to date them? Don't nobody want to date you, 50 Cent? I mean, they definitely don't want to date you for your looks. So what are you even saying? But yeah. I mean, it's awful how colorist it is. And I say colorist because, again, it moves beyond preference when you have to bash black women, especially dark-skinned black women, the ones you don't see in the neighborhood, black women, when you have to bash them to get your point across. Now, I love Lil Wayne, but it's hard for me to like keep wanting to listen to his music when he doesn't want to seem to defend people who look like even his own daughter, Reginae. And then, I'm going to put this tweet up from her saying, I'm black, I'm beautiful. Of course she is. Thank God she doesn't look like Wayne. But like, how do you sit there and let 50 say that when you have a daughter who is dark-skinned herself and who is not what you would consider exotic, but beautiful in her own right, of course. And even 50 makes good music. You go to the club and, you probably get 5 or 6 50 songs in a good night because he does make good music and he's stuck around. I used to love Power. I don't think I'm going to watch any of the spinoffs just because they seem like we doing too much at this point. How you going to have 3 or 4 spinoffs at the same time? Can't spend that much time watching one damn TV series. But anyhow, yeah, I like Power. I like 50 Cent's music, but I'd be a damn fool to continue to like support them when they don't seem like they want to return the support in any way. Especially like 50 Cent, like for years, he's disowned his own son, who looks like his damn twin. For years, he's disowned his own son publicly on social media. Really just, we've seen his son in some ways plead for 50 Cent's attention and affection. And 50 Cent really clowned him. And I think his son's just turning like 18. So how have you for years disowned your own son and then expect any sympathy or support from the public? That's not a good look. It's really childish. You're like, what, knocking on 50? 50 knocking on 50? And you still acting like a young 20-something? A grown man who ain't been around for decades? Who doesn't have a grown son? And, Wayne has been in the news too lately. It's not just 50 Cent. Most of the comments were from 50 Cent, but it's not just 50 Cent. Wayne has in the past said he doesn't relate to Black Lives Matter. Doesn't, as a rich nigga, hasn't had to suffer. Doesn't feel like he understands what's going on in a place like Ferguson. So he shouldn't speak on it. Sure, I'm not going to ask anybody to speak out of ignorance, something they don't feel like they can speak on. But to say like you don't experience racism, Wayne, the way you look, and you don't believe that you can relate to what a typical black man in Ferguson or St. Louis might, it's just a lie. And it just really highlights a level of just, I don't know, maybe brain deterioration from the drugs, the lean, and whatever else. And again, I used to love Wayne, so it really hurts me to say this, but now Wayne did come back and say, he's really even, okay, so I'll go back and say he's defended, beside the Black Lives Matter comments, he's also said that, police aren't that bad and there are some good cops, a good white cop, or he said really that white cops aren't that bad. And a white cop saved me when I was 12 years old. I accidentally shot myself and a white cop saved me while black cops stepped over me. And sure, that's your anecdote. That's your experience. But don't then say that cops aren't bad when we have the statistics, the video, the black and white, the tape to prove it. Then after that, Wayne did come back and say that, Officer Bob, who's the white cop that saved him, did do a good thing, but he has also experienced forms of racism in his current life, his rich life, his wealthy life, as he would say. Live in Hollywood or Calabasas, wherever he's at. Miami. Said he was one day flying on a private jet and he got up and was walking. He was flying on his private jet and he got up and the pilot was like, the white pilot, Caucasian, as Wayne said, told him to sit back down. And Wayne was like, hold up now, you must forgot whose plane this is. This is my plane. This is this is mine. And so confrontation ends. And Wayne says the plane lands and the pilot had the police waiting on his ass. So I guess that's him reconciling the fact that, there was a white cop who saved me, but at the same time, even in my position today, I'm still experiencing these things, having the cops called on me. So some would say Wayne is growing and learning. But he's got to do better, especially when you see these tweets from his own daughter having, seeming to respond to her father and what 50 Cent said. Now, Regine's known, she doesn't call out her dad. She never will. She's said it publicly that she's not going to come on here and, call out her dad and all this stuff. So, that's her decision. But Wayne, come on, do better. And 50 Cent might be a lost cause because this is not his first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, or eighth time doing this. 9th or 10th. We all know the memes of him, you can't call him up, but shitting on Naturi Naughton, who plays Tasha in Power. Now, I'll put up the meme. It would be funny if it wasn't like constant from 50 Cent. If it was being reciprocated by Naturi Naughton, maybe. If there was this favoritism towards light-skinned men in our community, it might be funny then. Because, it'd be balanced. It'd be equal. But when there isn't, You know, we have this history of not only being called like chicken heads by people in our own community, a term that is disparaging, makes people want to hate their own image. And then that also gets reciprocated in the white community, where you have white folks saying the same thing from, you know, Don Imus famously called the Rutgers players chicken heads, mostly, if not exclusively, 100% black women's team, basketball team. It would be funny if not all for that. So when I say it's not 50s, like first, second, third, or fourth, it's like these memes directed at probably the best actor on the whole show. It wouldn't be nothing without Naturi Naughton. We all know that. 50 Cent, Kanan, no, he wasn't it at all. I wish I could skip those episodes. And casting, you know, I love Anika Noni Rose, but casting her as whatever weird I mean, I don't know what that was. It was just weird. So when I'm saying like she was the best part of the show and you seem to not really be able to show her any genuine love, it makes me think something like larger is going on in 50's head. So maybe he does have to go in on the sick and shut-in list. Can't really support him. Because it's like I said, it's like not funny anymore. And it might be time to give up on celeb altogether. With COVID and just these tributes that are meaningless, to not really understanding that, like, you've got yours, but that's just you. Doesn't benefit anyone else in the community for you to not with your full throat advocate for more than yourself. And yeah, that might be some of it. 50 Cent might think he has enough, and so what he doesn't have is an exotic woman. So that's what he strives for, or that's what he wants. I don't know. But like I said, it might be time to give up on celeb, Wayne, 50. Although I hate to do it. It's hard to support when they put this stuff out, kiki and laugh at it, and it ain't funny. It ain't funny. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'm not coming back here talking about 50 and Lil Wayne again on these same issues. Hopefully I'm not back doing that in a couple weeks. 'Cause 50 seemed to be, I don't know. Anyhow, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.